right, welcome everybody to episode 7 of the GrowCast Show. And today I have with me Paulina Lee, who is a financial advisor. Welcome, Paulina. And let me ask you a question which everybody that I ask that comes on the show, which is, what does being better than normal mean to you?
Better than normal means that you exceed your own standard and then you actually outperform your own standard. It's not easy to do that because you have your own mindset as in like stopping you from doing. But if you actually do your best and better than better, I believe you can achieve better than normal.
And doing better every single day, right? Very nice.
Yes.
And also, Paulina, what makes you better than normal?
Well, it means to me, better than normal for myself is when I want to achieve the goal and I do my best to do it. And then at the same time, I know I can do it. It's always a positive mindset that kicks in. Yes.
Very beautifully said as well. And Paulina, maybe you can tell us a little bit about your journey. How did you get started as a financial advisor and how long have you been doing it?
Oh, okay. I started in 25 or 24 years ago. And then that time, I'm looking for a career switch because I find that doing my previous job as a fashion merchandiser doesn't bring any meaning to the job, okay? Every day I work until about 3 a.m. or 2 a.m., that kind. So in the end, I have some soul searching and realized that doing financial planning and going into insurance is a career that has meaning, whereby when things happen, we are the one that provide you with the money and the checks and things like that. And that's why I persevere for the last about 24 years. And because this job has a meaning and it's not something that money can pay. It's the appreciation that client gives you, the satisfaction that your client gives to. When your client actually appreciate you, it's something that money cannot pay.
And in your 24 years, Paulina, what are the most common type of insurance claims that you do?
Okay, I have come across a claim that has almost come up to 1 million. Okay, and my client actually has cervical cancer, and the bill came up over the 1 year period already exceeded 1 million. If actually it doesn't have any hospital plan, I think he need to sell her house, to cover back all her expenses. And until today, she's still alive. And that is the kind of thing that we are looking for to help people so that they understand that the importance of financial planning and importance of medical coverage.
And since you've been in the industry for 24 years, right, Paulina?
Yes.
How do you feel the mindset of people have changed with regards to insurance?
Oh, yeah. The mindset have changed. They are more open and they are more receptive and they understand that the importance of financial planning. But sometimes certain people, they are sandwiched in between. Like the parents, they need to actually take care of their parents and then they need to take care of their kids. So the amount of money that they can come up with sometimes might not be a lot, but they are in the process and they are open to more into financial planning and doing investment and things like that. And they are open into even doing online where we meet via Zoom and they start to plan via Zoom instead of meeting face-to-face.
And Paulina, tell us more about your book title and why did you write it?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Why I write this book, right, is because my daughter keep asking me to buy things for her and also playing games in the arcade. And it easily cost me one trip more than $10 or $20. And because they have this system whereby if you buy more, they give you bonus coins. Yes, okay. So with that, right, people will, I better pay $50 because it's worth it to pay $50 for the coins to play games. And when you play the games, they give you the tickets. And in the end, what you can achieve, of course, is the bonding that you have. But what kind of mentality or what kind of money value do you give to your children? Okay, $50 to a poor family can be a lot. So we can spend it within 1 hour or 2 hours. So I'm thinking, how am I supposed to educate my children or my daughter about this? So I start doing some soul searching and going to the library and to bookshops to find books. But in the end, I couldn't. I only find books for adults and children books. They are quite ambitious for the children. So in the end, I try to link them up and get this book done.
Very nice. Do you mind sharing with us? Show us a little bit about the book and maybe you can tell us a bit more about the chapters inside the book.
Okay. this book, right, is Money Grow on Trees, right? It's about parents teaching their children, as I say, about financial literacy. Okay, so this book is how parents should teach their children about financial literacy. And when is the right age to teach? It will be somewhere around 4 to 5 years old. You already can start teaching them because they are starting to play games and apps and things like that. And they will ask you to download games. All that also costs money. And they think that they want to buy Nintendo due to peer pressure or so all that. So but parents, they will always think that good, I will buy for them, but they don't know that what they impart to the children. The kind of value. Yeah. So that's why I come up with this book to help the parents to actually have a right mindset why they need to teach the children properly about financial planning, about financial literacy.
Very nice. I like it. I like the book cover and I like the question as well. Does money grow on trees? And maybe I can ask you the question, Paulina, since you wrote the book, right? Does money grow on trees?
Well, money is made of papers and papers, it comes from trees. But we need to know how to invest so that your tree can grow bigger and bigger and your roots will grow stronger and stronger. And with that, with all this financial literacy, you'll be able to grow your tree, bear fruits for your legacy, for your children and your generation. And at the same time, your foundation is very strong and it can withstand all the winds and storms and rains, and your tree will be strong in
Beautiful.
That sense.
The foundations are very important,
yes, the
right?
Foundation.
And I know this is a book which you wrote for parents. So maybe you can share a little bit more about what is the best financial advice you have for first-time parents.
Okay, start with your piggy bank, and it must be transparent. Hopefully, you get transparent one, and you have a save it, spend it, and give it. Okay, where you can spend only with this jar. Okay, and you have to actually save some for rainy days and some for charity. And then you can do a one-to-one. If you save 50 cents, I will also put a 50 cent for you. And you can do chores like sweeping the floor and doing cleaning of whatever things that you want them to do. And then you give them money and then they can allocate which one they want to do it, to save in a save it bank, spend it, or to go for charity. And then if it's transparent, the children can see that it's getting higher and higher. It motivates them to do more. So that is one of the ways. Yes. And then for children, they need to understand what is needs and what is wants. Okay. What are needs? Food. What are wants? Games. Yes. So they need to weigh the importance and see which one comes first.
And Paulina, when you are talking to children or even when you're talking to parents, right, sometimes it's hard to instill such complicated concepts such as investment, right? So how does a parent talk to their children about investing?
Okay, first of all, they must start their foundation right. That means 3 to 5 years old, they must already be saving money. And then doing investment, business is also a kind of investment. They can make stuff like a craft, and then they can sell it, and then the money can be used to put back into the saving bank. That is kind of an investment. But the true investment is still up to the parents to decide lah. Yeah. But investing in education, investing in financial literacy is the best for them, because in school they don't teach about financial literacy. They only teach about maths, right? And maths, they will teach time, they will teach area parameters, money, how many coins, how much the dollar plus the coin and all that, how much they add in, but they don't know how to use this money to buy. I would encourage their parents, right, to bring their children to supermarket and give them money and see how they spend the money. And from there, then you have to correct them. You should not be spending on this. Maybe you should do that kind of situation. See how they value their money. The core value is very important for children. But of course, money is only one thing. The most important thing is still love and legacy you have to give to them. It's not all about money. Yeah, correct.
I like that. Very beautifully said. And talking about core values, I caught that part about core values, right? For yourself, Paulina, what are your 3 core values when it comes to money?
Definitely it's honesty. Okay. And actually, we also have to come to, honesty, integrity. And the other one is don't be too greedy. Yeah. don't be too
being frugal.
greedy. Yeah, because of if you're too greedy, sometimes you might fall into certain traps and money traps and things like that, right? Yeah, so we have to be very careful on that.
And what are the common mistakes you see parents in Singapore making when it comes to spending on their children?
Okay, I come across someone that told me this, okay, that is very important. From when we are young, or rather when I would say when our grandparents, they work very, very, very hard to earn that kind of money. And then their children will say that, okay, my daddy and mommy work so hard. I want to help them. Example is a business. So they will help them to grow the business. And then they will see the hardship that their parents do and they really appreciate that. But along the way, when they become parents and they have their own children, then the thing is that they say that I work so hard for that. I don't want my children to work so hard. Whatever they want, I give them the best. Everything give the best, the best, the best. Until when the children are in their teenager, they only want the best. So when they are actually in the 20s, right? Some are in debt. Yeah, that's quite sad. And the other one is that they don't know how to appreciate money and then they'll just spend. That's why in Chinese, they say your wealth cannot last 3 generations. Yeah. So we have to try to educate that.
I like that. I like the 3 generation part. So what should a parent do, right, if they want to plan for 3 generations?
They will have to do estate planning. That's what a lot of rich people do, especially Warren Buffett. Even Warren Buffett started doing investment and doing money literacy, financial literacy. At 11 years old, you already do that. Yeah, so we also have to do that so that the children are aware of the hardship that we go through. And it's also a kind of survival skill. Money is a kind of like skill that we need to learn because in that way, then we will not get cheated. A lot of people like going to divorce because they don't know how to manage money. Yeah, so we have to educate.
And Paulina, I know you mentioned about, education and schools not teaching about money, right? Why do you think in Singapore schools, they don't teach children about wealth, about money?
I don't have an answer for that, because that is for the ministry to answer. Maybe they think that if you teach them early, they become very money-minded.
And that would be bad for them?
Be bad for them, then they cannot, something like that.
Very nice.
With too money face.
Too money face, yeah. I mean, you always need. There's always
I know
that.
already.
Yeah, tell me more. So maybe I'll ask that again. So, Paulina, why do you feel that in Singapore, right, in the education system, right, why do they not teach about money management to children in schools?
Because I think that they are too occupied with the academic, and then they have actually not recognized that money skill is also very, very important. But I understand that school are bringing other educator in, but I believe that they can do even much better.
Very nice. I like that.
Yes, because they maybe the older generation or they say money is evil. Don't talk about money. Yeah, but actually we should face it. It's not evil. Evil is not a very good perception about money. So we have to tune it and say that actually it's not. It's that the earlier you learn, you will get wiser and you know how to use money instead of thinking that money will be evil.
Nice. I like that as well. And Paulina, for yourself, I know you help people from all walks of life, right? But at this stage, now that you're in the industry for 24 years, right? Who are you currently looking to help?
I'm currently looking to help people from all walks of life, but especially those that have children, parents, young parents, and then that to advocate them that planning early is very important. No matter how small your money is, every single drop make an ocean. Every single drop of water make an ocean. So it's better to plan early than don't plan. So it's either to plan to fail or fail to plan.
That's very nicely said. And with those words, I had Paulina, who's a financial advisor, and I hope those words of wisdom were helpful for you. Paulina, any last words for our listeners?
You either plan to fail or fail to plan. And does money grow on trees depend on you? Yeah.
Very beautifully said. Thank you so much, Paulina. And that was episode 7 of the GrowCast Show. We've got more episodes coming up. We've got more guests coming up. And I'll see all of you real soon. Have a better than normal day ahead.